خب که هستی خانواده خوبن؟ همه خوبی؟
آجی هر بار میرسی شادی مانده آجی نکنه به تعداد هر بار که
نه متاسفم اون اونجوری کمیونیتی از خانم چیز الهامه هر موقع میبینمش حرفای آجاقای آبدی رو میزنه صبر داشته باش توکل کن یه کارا مشکلی رو بذار برای من تو برو دنبال کارهای آسون‌تر نه انشالله درست میشه
توکل کن
9 سال شد درست نشد
از آخچه دل پری هم داری
خیلی ولی تا کارش هم بند باشه بعد میگه انشالله تو شماره چند بود تماس میگیرم
شماره چند بود بعد 9 سال شماره چند
یه آدرس هم میگیرم دختره اینجوری فلان اینا حالا نظر چیه مثلا به یه بنده خدا گفتم که آقا چی شد اینا خیلی دوستای صمیمی بودن با هم بعد گفت که الحمدلله 50% کارا جلو رفته الهام این همه پول ما رو با هم نزدیک شب و روز
آره
50% رفته کارا ما خبر نشدم گفت جریان چیه؟ گفت نه گفت 50% که میره گفت من دختره رو پسند کردم فقط دعا کن اون قبول بکنم ولی 50%
اینجوری شده 50%
اونه که من قبول کردم سلام علیکم برادر که حالت
یا الله
too busy with the life
I know, lazy every time busy.
come on
Okay, bismillah.
First, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Then you tell, where are you, Murtaza?
He's here. Assalamu alaikum. See, I don't need to say. Assalamu alaikum, Aja. خوبی انشالله سلام عرض کردم حاجی خوبی انشالله سلام عرض چی شد؟ بله بله
از اون دادم مشغول دیدم
رسید داره
بهشم گفتم
آخه حاجی که دنبال خروس دیگه حاجی دنبال مرغه خروس میکنه
جایی که مرد مومن آره در حساب هوای من داشته باشه هوای مرغا رو داره
نه نیامدید دیگه ترتیب شده
چی شد؟ سر زدی؟ نه سرش چه زدی؟
آجی بسم الله
خدا دیگه جا نداشتم دیدم بچه هم اینجا شهر درست میکنن بریدم سرش چه خروسی آره والا خدا خروس بود یعنی گوسفند کشتن گوسفند از این راحت تر بود گردن کلو مثل شتر صدا میداد
چرا بکشی بابا آخه قدر تو ماه رمضان
دیگه چاره نیست خوردنیه دیگه حلال کرده خدا شروع کنم به خدا آشپزی میکردم
باش پس چیز کن وسطش همون مثل دفعه پیش
آره
یادی مجبور یه سره بخونی دیگه یا اینکه مثلا میتونی چیز کنی همون صفحه آخرشو کارم میتونیم بکنیم آره چون نه 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 حاجی تاسه دیگه نوه آره نو اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال الملأ الذين استكبروا من قومه لنخرجنك يا شعيب والذين آمنوا معك من قريتنا أو لتعودن في ملتنا قال أولو كنا كارهين قد افترينا على الله كذبا إن عدنا في ملتكم بعد إذ نجانا الله منها وما يكون لنا أن نعود فيها إلا أن يشاء الله ربنا وسع ربنا كل شيء علما على الله توكلنا ربنا افتح بيننا وبين قومنا بالحق وأنت خير الفاتحين وقال الملأ الذين كفروا من قومه لئن اتبعتم شعيبا إنكم إذا لخاسرون فأخذتهم الرجفة فأصبحوا في دارهم جاثمين الذين كذبوا شعيبا كأن لم يغنوا فيها الذين كذبوا شعيبا كانوا هم الخاسرين فتولى عنهم وقال يا قوم لقد أبلغتكم رسالات ربي ونصحت لكم فكيف آسى على قوم كافرين وما أرسلنا في قرية من نبي إلا أخذنا أهلها بالبأساء والضراء لعلهم يضرعون ثم بدلنا مكان السيئة الحسنة حتى عفوا وقالوا قد مس آباءنا الضراء والسراء فأخذناهم بغتة وهم لا يشعرون ولو أن أهل القرى آمنوا واتقوا لفتحنا عليهم بركات من السماء والأرض ولكن كذبوا فأخذناهم بما كانوا يكسبون أفأمن أهل القرى أن يأتيهم بأسنا بياتا وهم نائمون أو أمن أهل القرى أن يأتيهم بأسنا ضحى وهم يلعبون أفأمنوا مكر الله فلا يأمن مكر الله إلا القوم الخاسرون أولم يهد للذين يرثون الأرض من بعد أهلها أن لو نشاء أصبناهم بذنوبهم ونطبع على قلوبهم فهم لا يسمعون تلك القرى نقص عليك من أنبائها ولقد جاءتهم رسلهم بالبينات فما كانوا ليؤمنوا بما كذبوا من قبل كذلك يطبع الله على قلوب الكافرين وما وجدنا لأكثرهم من عهد وإن وجدنا أكثرهم لفاسقين ثم بعثنا من بعدهم موسى بآياتنا إلى فرعون وملئه فظلموا بها فانظر كيف كان عاقبة المفسدين وقال موسى يا فرعون إني رسول من رب العالمين حقيق على ألا أقول على الله إلا الحق قد جئتكم ببينة من ربكم فأرسل معي بني إسرائيل قال إن كنت جئت بآية فأت بها إن كنت من الصادقين فألقى عصاه فإذا هي ثعبان مبين ونزع يده فإذا هي بيضاء للناظرين قال الملأ من قوم فرعون إن هذا لساحر عليم يريد أن يخرجكم من أرضكم فماذا تأمرون قالوا أرجه وأخاه وأرسل في المدائن حاشرين يأتوك بكل ساحر عليم وجاء السحرة فرعون قالوا إن لنا لاجرا إن كنا نحن الغالبين قال نعم وإنكم لمن المقربين قالوا يا موسى إما أن تلقي وإما أن نكون نحن الملقين قال ألقوا فلما ألقوا سحروا أعين الناس واسترهبوهم وجاءوا بسحر عظيم وأوحينا إلى موسى أن ألق عصاك فإذا هي تلقف ما يأفكون فوقع الحق وبطل ما كانوا يعملون فغلبوا هنالك وانقلبوا صاغرين وألقي السحرة ساجدين قالوا آمنا برب العالمين رب موسى وهارون قال فرعون آمنتم به قبل أن آذن لكم إن هذا لمكر مكرتموه في المدينة لتخرجوا منها أهلها فسوف تعلمون لأقطعن أيديكم وأرجلكم من خلاف ثم لأصلبنكم أجمعين قالوا إنا إلى ربنا منقلبون وما تنقم منا إلا أن آمنا بآيات ربنا لما جاءتنا ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وتوفنا مسلمين. وقال الملأ من قوم فرعون أتذر موسى وقومه ليفسدوا في الأرض ويذرك وآلهتك قال سنقتل أبناءهم ونستحيي نساءهم وإنا فوقهم قاهرون. قال موسى لقومه استعينوا بالله واصبروا إن الأرض لله يورثها من يشاء من عباده والعاقبة للمتقين. قالوا أوذينا من قبل أن تأتينا ومن بعد ما جئتنا قال عسى ربكم أن يهلك عدوكم ويستخلفكم في الأرض فينظر كيف تعملون. ولقد أخذنا آل فرعون بالسنين ونقص من الثمرات لعلهم يذكرون. فإذا جاءتهم الحسنة قالوا لنا هذه وإن تصبهم سيئة يطيروا بموسى ومن معه ألا إنما طائرهم عند الله ولكن أكثرهم لا يعلمون. وقالوا مهما تأتنا به من آية لتسحرنا بها فما نحن لك بمؤمنين. فأرسلنا عليهم الطوفان والجراد والقمل والضفادع والدم آيات مفصلات فاستكبروا وكانوا قوما مجرمين. ولما وقع عليهم الرجز قالوا يا موسى ادع لنا ربك بما عهد عندك لئن كشفت عنا الرجز لنؤمنن لك ولنرسلن معك بني إسرائيل. فلما كشفنا عنهم الرجز إلى أجل هم بلغوه فلما كشفنا عنهم الرجز إلى أجل هم بالغوه إذا هم ينكثون. فانتقمنا منهم فأغرقناهم في اليم بأنهم كذبوا بآياتنا وكانوا عنها غافلين. وأورثنا القوم الذين كانوا يستضعفون مشارق الأرض ومغاربها التي باركنا فيها وتمت كلمة ربك الحسنى على بني إسرائيل بما صبروا ودمرنا ما كان يصنع فرعون وقومه وما كانوا يعرشون.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وجاوزنا ببني إسرائيل البحر فأتوا على قوم يعكفون على أصنام لهم. قالوا يا موسى اجعل لنا إلها كما لهم آلهة. قال إنكم قوم تجهلون. إن هؤلاء متبر ما هم فيه وباطل ما كانوا يعملون. قال غير الله أبغيكم إلها وهو فضلكم على العالمين. وإذ أنجيناكم من آل فرعون يسومونكم سوء العذاب يقتلون أبناءكم ويستحيون نساءكم وفي ذلكم بلاء من ربكم عظيم. فواعدنا موسى 30 ليلة وأتممناها ب10 فتم ميقات ربه 40 ليلة. وقال موسى لأخيه هارون اخلفني في قومي وأصلح ولا تتبع سبيل المفسدين. ولما جاء موسى لميقاتنا وكلمه ربه قال رب أرني أنظر إليك. قال لن تراني ولكن انظر إلى الجبل فإن استقر مكانه فسوف تراني. فلما تجلى ربه للجبل جعله دكا وخر موسى صعقا. فلما أفاق قال سبحانك تبت إليك وأنا أول المؤمنين. قال يا موسى إني اصطفيتك على الناس برسالاتي وبكلامي فخذ ما آتيتك وكن من الشاكرين. وكتبنا له في الألواح من كل شيء موعظة وتفصيلا لكل شيء فخذها بقوة وأمر قومك يأخذوا بأحسنها سأريكم دار الفاسقين. سأصرف عن آياتي الذين يتكبرون في الأرض بغير الحق وإن يروا كل آية لا يؤمنوا بها وإن يروا سبيل الرشد لا يتخذوه سبيلا وإن يروا سبيل الغي يتخذوه سبيلا. ذلك بأنهم كذبوا بآياتنا وكانوا عنها غافلين. والذين كذبوا بآياتنا ولقاء الآخرة حبطت أعمالهم هل يجزون إلا ما كانوا يعملون. واتخذ قوم موسى من بعده من هليهم عجلا جسدا له خوار. ألم يروا أنه لا يكلمهم ولا يهديهم سبيلا اتخذوه وكانوا ظالمين. فلما سقط في أيديهم ورأوا أنهم قد قد ضلوا ورأوا أنهم قد ضلوا قالوا لئن لم يرحمنا ربنا ويغفر لنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ولما رجع موسى إلى قومه غضبان عاسفا قال بئس ما خلفتموني من بعدي أعجلتم أمر ربكم. وألقى الألواح وأخذ برأس أخيه يجره إليه قال ابن أم إن القوم استضعفوني وكادوا يقتلونني ولا تشمت بي الأعداء ولا تجعلني مع القوم الظالمين. قال رب اغفر لي ولأخي وادخلنا في رحمتك وأنت أرحم الراحمين. إن الذين اتخذوا العجل سينالهم غضب من ربهم وذلة في الحياة الدنيا وكذلك نجزي المفترين. والذين عملوا السيئات ثم تابوا من بعدها وآمنوا إن ربك من بعدها لغفور رحيم. فلما سكت عن موسى الغضب أخذ الألواح وفي نسختها هدى ورحمة للذين هم لربهم يرهبون. واختار موسى قومه 70 رجلا لميقاتنا فلما أخذتهم الرجفة قال رب لو شئت أهلكتهم من قبل وإياي أتهلكنا بما فعل السفهاء منا إن هي إلا فتنتك تذل بها من تشاء وتهدي من تشاء أنت ولينا فاغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الغافرين. واكتب لنا في هذه الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة إنا هدنا إليك. قال عذابي أصيب به من أشاء ورحمتي وسعت كل شيء فسأكتبها للذين يتقون ويؤتون الزكاة والذين هم بآياتنا يؤمنون. الذين يتبعون الرسول النبي الأمي الذي يجدونه مكتوبا عندهم في التوراة والإنجيل يأمرهم بالمعروف وينهاهم عن المنكر ويحل لهم الطيبات ويحرم عليهم الخبائث ويدع عنهم إسرهم والأغلال التي كانت عليهم. فالذين آمنوا به وأزروا ونسروا واتبعوا النور الذي أنزل معه أولئك هم المفلحون. قل يا أيها الناس إني رسول الله إليكم جميعا الذي له ملك السماوات والأرض لا إله إلا هو يحيي ويميت. فآمنوا بالله ورسوله النبي الأمي الذي يؤمن بالله وكلماته واتبعوا لعلكم تهتدون. فمن قوم موسى أمة يهدون بالحق وبه يعدلون. وقطعناهم 12 أسباطا أمما وأوحينا إلى موسى إذ استسقاه قومه أن اضرب بعصاك الحجر فانبجست منه 12 عينا قد علم كل أناس مشربهم وذللنا عليهم الغمام وأنزلنا عليهم المن والسلوى كلوا من طيبات ما رزقناكم وما ظلمونا ولكن كانوا أنفسهم يظلمون. وإذ قيل لهم اسكنوا هذه القرية وكلوا منها حيث شئتم وقولوا حطة وادخلوا الباب سجدا نغفر لكم خطيئاتكم سنزيد المحسنين. فبدل الذين ظلموا منهم قولا غير الذي قيل لهم فأرسلنا عليهم رجزا من السماء بما كانوا يظلمون. واسألهم عن القرية التي كانت حاضرة البحر إذ يعدون في السبت إذ تأتيهم حيتانهم يوم سبتهم شرعا ويوم لا يسبتون لا تأتيهم كذلك نبلوهم بما كانوا يفسقون. وإذ قالت أمة منهم لم تعظون قوما الله مهلكهم أو مؤذبهم عذابا شديدا قالوا معذرة إلى ربكم ولعلهم يتقون. فلما نسوا ما ذكروا به أنجينا الذين ينهون عن السوء وأخذنا الذين ظلموا بعذاب بئيس بما كانوا يفسقون. فلما أتوا عن ما نهوا عنه قلنا لهم كونوا قردة خاسئين. وإذ تأذن ربك ليبعثن عليهم إلى يوم القيامة من يسومهم سوء العذاب إنك ربك لسريع العقاب وإنه لغفور رحيم. وقطعناهم في الأرض أمما منهم الصالحون ومنهم دون ذلك وبلوناهم بالحسنات والسيئات لعلهم يرجعون. فخلف من بعدهم خلف ورثوا الكتاب يأخذون أرض هذا الأدنى ويقولون سيغفر لنا وإن يأتهم أرض مثله يأخذوه. ألم يؤخذ عليهم ميثاق الكتاب ألا يقولوا على الله إلا الحق ودرسوا ما فيه والدار الآخرة خير للذين يتقون أفلا تعقلون. والذين يمسكون بالكتاب وأقاموا الصلاة إنا لا نضيع أجر المصلحين. صلوات اللهم صل على محمد.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وإذ نتقنا الجبل فوقهم كأنه ظلة وظنوا أنه واقع بهم خذوا ما آتيناكم بقوة واذكروا ما فيه لعلكم تتقون. وإذ أخذ ربك من بني آدم من ظهورهم ذريتهم وأشهدهم على أنفسهم ألست بربكم؟ قالوا بلى شهدنا أن تقولوا يوم القيامة إنا كنا عن هذا غافلين أو تقولوا إنما أشرك آباؤنا من قبل وكنا ذرية من بعدهم أفتهلكنا بما فعل المبطلون وكذلك نفصل الآيات ولعلهم يرجعون. واتل عليهم نبأ الذي آتيناه آياتنا فانسلخ منها فأتبعه الشيطان فكان من الغاوين. ولو شئنا لرفعناه بها ولكنه أخلد إلى الأرض واتبع هواه فمثله كمثل الكلب إن تحمل عليه يلهث أو تتركه يلهث ذلك مثل القوم الذين كذبوا بآياتنا فاقصص القصص لعلهم يتفكرون. ساء مثلا القوم الذين كذبوا بآياتنا وأنفسهم كانوا يظلمون. من يهد الله فهو المهتدي ومن يضلل فأولئك هم الخاسرون. ولقد ذرأنا لجهنم كثيرا من الجن والإنس لهم قلوب لا يفقهون بها ولهم أعين لا يبصرون بها ولهم آذان لا يسمعون بها أولئك كالأنعام بل هم أضل أولئك هم الغافلون. ولله الأسماء الحسنى فادعوه بها وذروا الذين يلحدون في أسمائه سيجزون ما كانوا يعملون. وممن خلقنا أمة يهدون بالحق وبه يعدلون والذين كذبوا بآياتنا سنستدرجهم من حيث لا يعلمون وأملي لهم إن كيدي متين. أولم يتفكروا ما بصاحبهم من جنة إن هو إلا نذير مبين أولم ينظروا في ملكوت السماوات والأرض وما خلق الله من شيء وأن عسى أن يكون قد اقترب أجلهم فبأي حديث بعده يؤمنون من يضلل الله فلا هادي له ويذرهم في طغيانهم يعمهون يسألونك عن الساعة أيان مرساها قل إنما علمها عند ربي لا يجليها لوقتها إلا هو ثقلت في السماوات والأرض لا تأتيكم إلا بغتة يسألونك كأنك حفي عنها قل إنما علمها عند الله ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون قل لا أملك لنفسي نفعا ولا ضرا إلا ما شاء الله ولو كنت أعلم الغيب لاستكثرت من الخير وما مسني السوء إن أنا إلا نذير وبشير لقوم يؤمنون والذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وجعل منها زوجها ليسكن إليها فلما تغشاها حملت حملا خفيفا فمرت به فلما أثقلت دعوا الله ربهما لئن آتيتنا صالحا لنكونن من الشاكرين فلما آتاهما صالحا جعلا له شركاء فيما آتاهما فتعالى الله عما يشركون أيشركون ما لا يخلق شيئا وهم يخلقون أيشركون ما لا يخلق شيئا وهم يخلقون ولا يستطيعون لهم نصرا ولا أنفسهم ينصرون وإن تدعوهم إلى الهدى لا يتبعوكم سواء عليكم أدعوتموهم أم أنتم صامتون إن الذين تدعون من دون الله عباد أمثالكم فادعوهم فليستجيبوا لكم إن كنتم صادقين ألهم أرجل يمشون بها أم لهم أيدي يبطشون بها أم لهم أعين يبصرون بها أم لهم آذان يسمعون بها قل ادعوا شركاءكم ثم كيدون فلا تنظرون إن وليي الله الذي نزل الكتاب وهو يتولى الصالحين والذين تدعون من دونه لا يستطيعون نصركم ولا أنفسهم ينصرون وإن تدعوهم إلى الهدى لا يسمعوا وتراهم ينظرون إليك وهم لا يبصرون خذ العفو وأمر بالعرف وأعرض عن الجاهلين وإما ينزغنك من الشيطان نزغ فاستعذ بالله إنه سميع عليم إن الذين اتقوا إذا مسهم طائف من الشيطان تذكروا فإذا هم مبصرون وإخوانهم يمدونهم في الغي ثم لا يقصرون وإذا لم تأتهم بآية قالوا لولا اجتبيتها قل إنما أتبع ما يوحى إلي من ربي هذا بصائر من ربكم وهدى ورحمة لقوم يؤمنون وإذا قرئ القرآن فاستمعوا له وأنصتوا لعلكم ترحمون واذكر ربك في نفسك تضرعا وخيفة ودون الجهر من القول بالغدو والآصال ولا تكن من الغافلين إن الذين عند ربك لا يستكبرون عن عبادته ويسبحونه وله يسجدون
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يسألونك عن الأنفال قل الأنفال لله والرسول فاتقوا الله وأصلحوا ذات بينكم وأطيعوا الله ورسوله إن كنتم مؤمنين إنما المؤمنون الذين إذا ذكر الله وجلت قلوبهم وإذا تليت عليهم آياته زادتهم إيمانا وعلى ربهم يتوكلون الذين يقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون أولئك هم المؤمنون حقا لهم درجات عند ربهم ومغفرة ورزق كريم كما أخرجك ربك من بيتك بالحق وإن فريقا من المؤمنين لكارهون يجادلونك في الحق بعدما تبين كأنما يساقون إلى الموت وهم ينظرون وإذ يعدكم الله إحدى الطائفتين أنها لكم وتودون أن غير ذات الشوكة تكون لكم ويريد الله أن يحق الحق بكلماته ويقطع دابر الكافرين ليحق الحق ويبطل الباطل ولو كره المجرمون إذ تستغيثون ربكم فاستجاب لكم أني ممدكم ب1000 من الملائكة مردفين وما جعله الله إلا بشرى ولتطمئن به قلوبكم وما النصر إلا من عند الله إن الله عزيز حكيم إذ يغشيكم النعاس أمنة منه وينزل عليكم من السماء ماء ليطهركم به ويذهب عنكم رجز الشيطان وليربط على قلوبكم ويثبت به الأقدام إذ يوحي ربك إلى الملائكة أني معكم فثبتوا الذين آمنوا سألقي في قلوب الذين كفروا الرعب فاضربوا فوق الأعناق واضربوا منهم كل بنان ذلك بأنهم شاقوا الله ورسوله ومن يشاقق الله ورسوله فإن الله شديد العقاب ذلكم فذوقوه وأن للكافرين عذاب النار يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا لقيتم الذين كفروا زحفا فلا تولوهم الأدبار ومن يولهم يومئذ دبره إلا متحرفا لقتال أو متحيزا إلى فئة فقد باء بغضب من الله ومأواه جهنم وبئس المصير فلم تقتلوهم ولكن الله قتلهم وما رميت إذ رميت ولكن الله رمى وليبلي المؤمنين منه بلاء حسنا إن الله سميع عليم ذلكم وأن الله موهن كيد الكافرين إن تستفتحوا فقد جاءكم الفتح وإن تنتهوا فهو خير لكم وإن تعودوا نعد ولن تغني عنكم فئتكم شيئا ولو كثرت وأن الله مع المؤمنين يا أيها الذين آمنوا أطيعوا الله ورسوله ولا تولوا عنه وأنتم تسمعون ولا تكونوا كالذين قالوا سمعنا وهم لا يسمعون إن شر الدواب عند الله الصم البكم الذين لا يعقلون ولو علم الله فيهم خيرا لأسمعهم ولو أسمعهم لتولوا وهم معرضون يا أيها الذين آمنوا استجيبوا لله وللرسول إذا دعاكم لما يحييكم واعلموا أن الله يحول بين المرء وقلبه وأنه إليه تحشرون واتقوا فتنة لا تصيبن الذين ظلموا منكم خاصة واعلموا أن الله شديد العقاب واذكروا إذ أنتم قليل مستضعفون في الأرض تخافون أن يتخطفكم الناس فآواكم وأيدكم بنصره ورزقكم من الطيبات لعلكم تشكرون يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تخونوا الله والرسول وتخونوا أماناتكم وأنتم تعلمون واعلموا أنما أموالكم وأولادكم فتنة وأن الله عنده أجر عظيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا إن تتقوا الله يجعل لكم فرقانا ويكفر عنكم سيئاتكم ويغفر لكم والله ذو الفضل العظيم وإذ يمكر بك الذين كفروا ليثبتوك أو يقتلوك أو يخرجوك ويمكرون ويمكر الله والله خير الماكرين وإذا تتلى عليهم آياتنا قالوا قد سمعنا لو نشاء لقلنا مثل هذا إن هذا إلا أساطير الأولين وإذ قالوا اللهم إن كان هذا هو الحق من عندك فامطر علينا حجارة من السماء أو ائتنا بعذاب أليم وما كان الله ليعذبهم وأنت فيهم وما كان الله معذبهم وهم يستغفرون صلوات
من نمیخوام نه این حساب نیست نه من صرف نه بابا
وما لهم ألا يعذبهم الله وهم يصدون عن المسجد الحرام وما كانوا أولياءه إن أولياؤه إلا المتقون ولكن أكثرهم لا يعلمون وما كان صلاتهم عند البيت إلا مكاء وتصدية فذوقوا العذاب بما كنتم تكفرون إن الذين كفروا ينفقون أموالهم ليصدوا عن سبيل الله فسينفقونها ثم تكون عليهم حسرة ثم يغلبون والذين كفروا إلى جهنم يحشرون ليميز الله الخبيث من الطيب ويجعل الخبيث بعضه على بعض فيركمه جميعا فيجعله في جهنم أولئك هم الخاسرون قل للذين كفروا إن ينتهوا يغفر لهم ما قد سلف وإن يعودوا فقد مضت سنة الأولين وقاتلوهم حتى لا تكون فتنة ويكون الدين كله لله فإن انتهوا فإن الله بما يعملون بصير وإن تولوا فاعلموا أن الله مولاكم نعم المولى ونعم النصير صدق الله العلي العظيم صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم نور قلوبنا بالقرآن اللهم زين أخلاقنا بالقرآن اللهم واحشرنا مع القرآن اللهم وارحم موتانا بالقرآن اللهم واشف مرضانا بالقرآن اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج بالقرآن بحرمة سورة مباركة الفاتحة مع الإخلاص والصلوات.
صلوا على محمد و آل محمد. Oh, I don't like this salawat. It seems actually that the Ramadan has already affected you guys. So, صلوا على محمد و آل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. سلام علیکم. Thanks for coming to Saba. Inshallah, we're going to continue our program as usual. Every day, we're going to have at 6:30, we're going to start Quran recitation for one chapter every day. And then after Quran recitations, we're going to have a speech, English speech by our dear Maulana Sayyid Hussain Razavi in this hall. And also at the same time, we're going to have kids program for ages 5 to 12 years old in the Farsi hall. And for ages 2 to 5 years old, babysitting in the pre-K room down the hall in Rise Academy. So please keep the hall quiet. Guide your kids to one of these two rooms. Brothers and sisters, please make sure that your kids is in one of the two rooms, Farsi hall or babysitting room down the hall. So we can have the hall actually quiet so the people can benefit from the speech. And inshallah, we're going to continue after the speech with prayers and iftar. So, with that said, I'm going to inshallah invite our dear Maulana Sayyid Hussain Razavi to deliver the speech with the loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
باشه اشکال نداره. صلوات على محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعلى أهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد ولعنة الله على أعدائهم من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم حسبنا الله نعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير صلوات على محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. What's important in this month of Ramadan is that we should be reading the Quran. We should have a very extensive reading of the Quran. Whether the person who's reading the Quran is one person or another person, it's not important who's reading the Quran. It's important that the Quran is being read and we listen to it and we reflect over it. It's not something that we should say that we should be the ones who are reciting the Quran. As long as the Quran is being recited, there's barakah which is coming out. So just as a small reminder for ourselves that let us in this month take the most advantage of the Quran being recited, regardless of who is reciting it or who is not reciting it. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Ma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Our fiqh discussion has come to the mufattarat and those things which invalidate our fast. Yesterday we mentioned that the fast begins and ends, and we went over the different times when the fast starts and when the fast should end. Today we're going to discuss two mufattarat, two of those things which make the fast invalid. So when we talk about siyam and fasting, the first thing which comes into our mind is two things: that we abstain from eating and drinking. So any form of eating and drinking while in a state of fasting invalidates it. If a person intentionally eats or drinks something, if a person mistakenly picks up a glass of water and he drinks something, or if he eats something, then that's forgiven. His siyam is valid. He doesn't have to do qada. He doesn't have to give kafara. No, as long as he mistakenly does it, that's something which he himself has to know. But these two things which are there, we all know what eating and drinking is, which is basically to swallow food and allow it to pass through our throats and go down to our esophagus, which eventually goes into our stomach. However, there's a couple of things related to this. In the month of Ramadan, we're also allowed to rinse our mouth. We're allowed to put water in our mouth and we're allowed to rinse our mouth. But we have to be careful that when we do rinse our mouth, we cannot allow any of that water to go past our throat into our esophagus, into our stomach. So it's a good idea, even if you're doing wudu, that you try to keep your head forward and you don't move your head backwards too much. Otherwise, there's a chance that the water may go. And if the water does go, then it becomes mahallun ishkal. The fuqaha, they say that you have to keep fast that day. You cannot break your fast, but you have to do qada of that day. It's also permissible while fasting to chew something. You're allowed to chew something, and as long as it stays within the area of the mouth, it cannot go past the throat. So, for example, if people have like a bad habit of chewing on something, chewing on a pen, right, they can chew that. That doesn't invalidate the fast. You're also allowed to brush your teeth, and that's not a problem, as long as you don't allow any of the particles from the toothpaste to go down your throat. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So one of the mustahab acts of wudu is that we should put water in our nose to clean our nose before doing our wudu. If we sniff the water and then the water goes from our nose into our throats, that's also mahallun ishkal, that also becomes problematic. So it's just a little bit to be mindful that if we're putting water in our nose before we start our wudu, if the water goes and if we sniff it in too much and then it goes and comes down our throat, that also becomes problematic. Using things like eardrops or eye drops, they don't invalidate the fast. If there's any type of injection, If a person is using a feeding tube, whether they're using it through a syringe or through a needle or whatever it may be, this does not invalidate the fast. So people can actually, they can use a feeding tube while fasting in a state of Ramadan, and it doesn't invalidate the fast. If they have to take a shot, if they, for example, someone has diabetes and they need to take insulin shots, if someone needs to go and get vaccinations, tetanus shot, whatever it may be, shots also, injections, they don't invalidate the fast. Inhalers, if somebody has asthma and they use an inhaler, they take a puff, 2 or 3 puffs inside, then that doesn't invalidate the fast. Certain medical procedures like endoscopy, colonoscopy, these things, they also don't invalidate the fast. If somebody has to take a medical procedure and they have to undergo anesthesia, this also doesn't invalidate the fast. If a person has to have, like, for example, a 1-hour surgery, and they have to go, the anesthesiologist has to apply anesthesia, then that's okay. That also doesn't invalidate the fast. But obviously, the patient should discuss with the doctor that I am fasting, am I allowed to fast? Will that affect my physical health or not? Dental procedures. If you're getting your teeth cleaned, you're getting some other dental procedure done, that also doesn't invalidate the fast as long as you don't allow anything to go into your throat, as long as you don't swallow anything, that's fine. If you're having any type of medical dental procedure like that, as long as nothing is passing down your throat. The Quran says that once we reach the time of Maghrib, then it's permissible to eat. وَكُلُوا وَاشْرِبُوا حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ لَكُمْ. The Quran gives a command verb, and eat and drink until the times that we had discussed yesterday. There's a little bit discussion here that why is the Quran saying kulu washrabu? Why is the Quran speaking in a command form? Kulu washrabu, eat and drink. So usually a lot of times people think that if the command verb or the imperative verb is being used, it means wujub or ilzam. But in this case where the Quran is telling us that eat and drink until the time for Fajr comes, it's not ilzam. It's talking about permissibility. It's saying that you can eat and drink the whole night until you reach the time of Fajr. It doesn't mean that the whole night you should be eating and drinking non-stop. No, that's not what it is saying. It's to remove any type of ambiguity. Can I eat only in a certain part of the night? The beginning part of the night, the middle part of the night, the end part of the night? No, the Quranic verse is coming and saying, throughout the entire night, you can eat and you can drink, and that's not a problem. Salawatullah Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Yesterday, we talked about how to raise our kids in a manner where they're inclined towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of the beautiful things about those things which are metaphysical is that if we have taqwa and we give taqwa to other people, that allows our level of taqwa to go up. Whereas physical things don't work in this way. If somebody, for example, has an X amount of money, and they give a little bit of money, the amount of money which they have decreases. However, metaphysical things aren't like this. The more advice you give, the more knowledgeable you become. That's why one of the things that Imam Ali says, why is knowledge better than wealth? Because wealth, when you give it, wealth decreases. But knowledge, when you give it, you only increase in knowledge. It's the same thing when we talk about taqwa. The more we can raise our family and our kids and our loved ones with taqwa, the more our level of taqwa goes up. Yesterday we mentioned 4 very important focus points that we should have when we do the tarbiyat and when we do the upbringing of children. The first point that we should focus on is the child's intellectual development. We should allow the child to grow intellectually by asking questions, by being inquisitive, by being curious. We shouldn't stunt the child's growth if he or she asks a question. We shouldn't say, don't ask such a question. We shouldn't say those type of things. We should encourage the child to ask, to inquire, to be curious. The second thing that we should try to focus when we do tarbiyat for our children or grandchildren or whoever it may be is allow for their morality to grow, their ethics to grow. So talk to them about certain things, what to do and what not to do, how to behave with other people. If other people are behaving in a certain manner, what are you supposed to do? If somebody is, for example, doing ghibat, they're backbiting, they're talking bad about others, what are you supposed to do? Like we have advice which is given to us from the Ahlul Bayt that say that if someone is doing the ghibat of another person, then what you want to do is you want to mention a good attribute of that person, or you want to bring in excuse for that person. Don't allow that to happen. These type of things are important, where a child's ethical and his akhlaqiyat also grow. And we said also a child has hobbies and interests. A child may like to play sports, a child may like to draw, a child may like to swim, or whatever it may be. We should allow the child to do these type of things, and we should allow the child to do these type of activities. And the fourth is that aspect within children that we need to work on, is that aspect which pertains to religion, which pertains to worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and doing His dhikr. Salat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Ya Allah, Muhammad wa ali. So these four dimensions which are there are very important, that we give heed to them and that we don't neglect any one of them. So why? So the child can grow up in a proportionate manner. So the child can grow up in a balanced manner. You know, when we look at our physical selves, we see that, you know, our hands grow in proportion to our body, our head grows in proportion to our torso, our feet grow in proportion. Everything in our, physically speaking, everything grows in proportion. If you watch cartoons, you see in cartoons, you know, some of the characters have big ears, or they have a big head, or, Popeye, he has big biceps, right? But that's not reality. Even physically speaking, we have to be able to develop in a balanced manner, but also on the level of the spirit, on the level of the ruh, and the level of the nafs. We also have to grow proportionately. We have to make sure that we grow intellectually, we grow morally and ethically, we grow in terms of our hobbies, our interests, as well as we grow in that worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So what I would like to do tonight is that there's a very beautiful story of Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi afdal salatu wassalam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Which this story demonstrates some of the most important principles of tarbiyah. You know, among Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, among His infinite mercy, is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't just give us a book and say, follow this book, read this book, abide by this book, memorize this book. No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, along with the book, He gave us individuals and personalities who implement the teachings and instructions of the book. So we learn how to apply the contents of the Quran. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't give us this, it wouldn't have been easy for us to implement what we find in the Quran. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us guides, He gave us a'imma, He gave us prophets, He gave us messengers who are showing us how to take the Quran and how to implement it in our daily lives. And for this reason, we believe that our a'imma are ma'asumeen, that they're infallible, that they're immune from committing sins, because they're our guides. If they're teaching us, then we're supposed to be, whatever they're teaching us is correct. It's the best way, it's the right way, it's the haqq. And if they're teaching us that, it's something which we should be able to follow. So this story that Imam Ali has in his life, it's a very beautiful story, because it encapsulates some of the core principles of a proper upbringing of a child. In the Battle of Siffin, during the Khilafat of Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib, Imam Ali was in battle with Muawiyah. And in that battle, several of Imam's children were involved. One of the children who was involved in that battle was a young boy by the name of Muhammad ibn Hanafiya. Muhammad ibn Hanafiya is the child of Imam Ali, but he's a young man. He's about 17 or 18 years old. And so in this battle, Imam calls his son and he says, Ya bunayya shud al askar. He calls him and he says, my child, go and attack the right wing of the army. So Muhammad ibn Hanafiya, he picks up his arms and he goes and he attacks the right wing of the army, and he attacks them and he's able to defeat them, and he breaks their ranks, and the enemy forces, they begin to flee. After he attacked the right flank of the army, he came back to Imam Ali, and he was thirsty, he had a couple of wounds, he was bloody. So Imam gave him some water, Imam tended to his wounds, and after a little while, Imam said to rest. After he rested for a little while, Imam Ali told his son Muhammad ibn Hanafiya, Ya bunayya shud al maysara. Now go and attack the left wing of the army. So Muhammad ibn Hanafiya, he goes and he attacks that part of the army, the left flank of the army, and he's able to defeat them. he breaks their ranks, and the enemies, they begin to flee. And he comes back to the Imam, and he's tired, he's exhausted, he has wounds all over his body. And the same thing, Imam gives him water, he cares to his wounds, he puts bandages on, and he allows him to rest for a little while. And then Muhammad ibn Hanafiya, as he's resting, his father, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib, says to him, he says, Ya bunayya, shud ala al-qalb. Go and attack the center of the army. فَحَمَلَ عَلَيْهِمْ. So Muhammad ibn Hanafiya, he went and he attacked the center and the heart of the army, of Muawiyah's army. وَقَتَلَ مِنْهُمْ فِرْسَانًا. And he went and he killed many of their horsemen and their cavalry. After he was able to defeat the center of the army, he comes back to Imam Ali. And he comes back to Imam Ali, to his father, and he's upset. He's crying. And so as he enters into the gathering where the Imam is, Imam sees that Muhammad ibn Hanafiya is not happy. And so what Imam Ali does, فَقَامَ إِلَيْهِ أَبُوهُ. So Imam Ali, what he does, he stands up and he goes towards him. وَقَبَّلَ مَا بَيْنَ عَيْنَيْهِ. Then the Imam goes to him and kisses him on his forehead, between his eyes. وَقَالَ لَهُ فِدَاكَ أَبُوكَ. May your father be sacrificed for you. فَقَدْ سَرَرْتَنِي. Wallahi, that I swear by Allah, you have made me happy. بِجِهَادِكَ هَذَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْ. With this jihad which you did, you have made your father very proud of you. فَمَا يُبْكِيكَ. What is it that's causing you to cry? Why is it that you're upset? أَفَرْحًا أَمْ جَزْعًا. Are these tears of happiness? Are they tears of sadness? Imam is asking him why he's crying. And so Muhammad ibn Hanafiya says to him, Ya abata, that, oh my beloved father, كَيْفَ لَا أَبْكِي. How can I not cry? فَقَدْ أَرَذْتَنِي لِلْمَوْتِ ثَلَاث مَرَّاتٍ. That you went and you exposed me to death 3 times. He's a young man, he's 17, 18 years old, and you're telling me to go fight the enemies like this, not once, not twice, but 3 different times. فَسَلَّمَنِي اللَّهِ. And Allah is the one who saved me. وَهَا أَنَا مَجْرُوح. And look at me, I'm wounded here, I'm bleeding, كَمَا تَرَى, as you can see. وَكُلَّمَا رَجَعْتُ إِلَيْكَ. And every single time I come back to you, لَتَمْحَلَنِي. You give me a few moments, you give me a little bit of respite for me to rest, and then you send me back to the war front. وَهَذَانْ أَخَوَايَ الْحَسَّنِ وَالْحُسَيْنِ. And here are Hassan and Hussein. وَمَا تَأْمُرُهُمَا بِشَيْءٍ مِنَ الْحَرْبِ. And here Hassan and Hussein are standing here. You're not telling them to go and attack them at all. You're not telling them to go and fight, but you're sending me to go to the battlefield and fight over and over again. And Hassan and Hussein are here. Why aren't you telling them to fight? And so when Imam Ali hears this, he goes to him and he kisses his face, and he says, Ya bunayya, oh my beloved son, Muhammad ibn Hanafiya, Anta ibni, you are my son, wa hadhan ibna Rasulillah. These 2 boys are the children of Rasulullah. Afala asunuhuma. It becomes a responsibility for me to protect them and not to send them out to the battlefield. فَقَالَ لِي يَا أَبَتَا. And so when Muhammad ibn Hanafiya heard these words from his father, that you are my son, but these 2 boys, Hassan and Hussein, they're not my children, they're the children of Fatima, they're the children of Rasulullah, right? I have a responsibility to protect him. What he says to his father, he says, Ya abata ja'alani Allahu fidak. May my life be sacrificed for you. وَفِدَاهُمَا مِنْ كُلِّ سُوءٍ. Not only should my life be sacrificed for you, but my life be sacrificed for Hassan and Hussein and from any form of evil that may come towards them. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali. In this very short story, there's several beautiful lessons about tarbiyat in here. One of the lessons is that look at how Imam Ali and Muhammad ibn Hanafiya, how they talk with one another. Imam Ali constantly calls himself Ya Bunayya, oh, ismi musaghar, Ya Bunayya, my beloved child, my dear child. And so Imam's using these expressions which show and display love and affection to him. And he says it over and over again, my beloved son, my dear child. His words are filled with emotion, with that care, with that affection. And the Imam, the amazing thing is that he repeatedly, every single time he speaks to him, he says these type of things. So that type of love which we have for our children, it's not something that we're just supposed to have within our hearts, but it's something that we're supposed to say. How are we supposed to say? By using words which show that we love them. by saying certain things that our child feels secure, that our child feels as if my parents, as if they love me. Imam Ali, he doesn't only say these words once or twice, but he also says it in a public manner, because there's advisors who are there, the other people are seeing him. So in front of other people, Imam is using these same words of love and affection. Because why does Imam use these words? Because Imam wants him to know that his father loves him. This feeling we've been talking about, this need of being loved, it needs to be reinforced. And so when Imam is using these type of words, right, and then he explains his logic, how does Muhammad ibn Hanafiya respond to his father? He responds to his father, although he's upset, he says, Ya abata, he said, oh my beloved father. He responds to him in a similar manner, so that the child is also using those expressions of love. So it's important for us to remember that when we talk to our children, that we use these type of phrases which make them feel secure and which make them feel loved. Then there's many, we say Habibi, we say Janeman, we say Azizeman, right? These type of words we have to use in our conversations with our children. The first one was what? That Imam is displaying his love towards his children with words. The second thing which the Imam is doing is Imam is also displaying his love towards his child in action. When Muhammad ibn Hanafiya goes to the battlefield and he returns to the Imam just doesn't give him some water and says, drink the water. Imam respects that what he has done. So he goes and he takes a water vessel and he brings a water vessel and places it at the mouth of Muhammad ibn Hanafiya. This is an intense display of love between a father and a child. Imam, although he is the commander of the army and there's a war, there's a battle going on, he doesn't neglect his children. Imam, instead of saying to somebody else, instead of delegating somebody else that take care of his wounds, clean his wounds, bandage it, Imam himself goes, takes water and cleans his wounds. Imam goes himself to his child and bandages his wounds. Imam himself is doing it. What is he doing? He's expressing love to his child in action. And this is important, that the way that we deal with our children, that not only in words do we say that we love them, but also in actions they feel loved. And then the final time when Muhammad ibn Hanafiya, when he comes back to his father and he's crying and he's upset, the Imam notices this. فَقَامَ إِلَيْهِ أَبُوهُ. So what does Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib do? He stands up and he goes towards him. He stands up out of respect to his child, that he completed, a farida min fara'id al-Islam, that he completed one of the most important duties and rights in Islam, which was doing al-jihad fi sabilillah. Imam stands towards him, he shows his respect, and he displays that love for him. Salawatullah Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. وَقَبَّلَ مَا بَيْنَ عَيْنَيْهِ. Imam, not only does he just stand for him, he goes to him, he kisses his eyes, he kisses his forehead, he embraces his child, and he shows his appreciation that, my child, you've accomplished something, that you've done something great, you've completed one of the most important rights in Islam. So Imam, what is he doing for his child? He's showing his respect, he's showing his honor for him. And so this is how the Imam, not only is he showing in words and in expression how he loves his child, but also in action he's showing his love. Salawatullah Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. The third lesson that we can derive from this is that the Imam, what does he seek to do? Imam wants to understand the emotional state of the child. What is the child? What is he feeling? Imam, when Muhammad ibn Hanafiya comes back and he sees that he's upset, Imam, he greets him, he embraces him, but he notices that something is bothering the child. Why is the child upset? Why is the child withdrawn? Why is the child not speaking? And this is Battle of Siffin is a very intense battle. It's one of the most difficult engagements that Imam he had because of difficulties with his followers and other people. It's one of the most excruciating, one of the most intense circumstances that he was in. Most of us are not put in these type of circumstances. But what does Imam do? Despite all of these pressures on him, he's observing his children. He's observing his child and what he's doing. He notices that the child is upset. His son has become quiet and detached. Instead of leaving him and saying, he'll be all right, he'll get better, he's just hurt, he's just upset. Let him go to sleep, he'll be fine. He goes to his child and he addresses his child. He says, Fidaka abuk. Look at the words which he uses. May your father be sacrificed for you. Faqad sarartani. And he says the same thing. He says, you have made me proud with this jihad of you. And he swears to Allah by using Allah's name that you have made your father proud. You went and you sacrificed for the sake of Islam. Your father has filled with pride. You've made the heart of your father elated. And so the Imam, what he does is that Imam doesn't just dismiss his feelings. Imam doesn't just say that, ignore his feelings, doesn't invalidate his feelings. He knows that the child is upset and he wants to lessen that sadness which is in the heart. So he uses this method of speaking, this method of softness and affection and love. And so it's become so important for us as parents to observe what our children are feeling. If our children are quiet, if our children are withdrawn, we have to ask if they're aloof, if they're not interacting, we have to ask, well, what is it that's causing them? It's something that we as parents, that we have a responsibility to see within our children. Sometimes, one of the worst things that a person can feel, especially children, is that when they have a certain emotion within them, but they don't feel as if that emotion is being validated. They feel something, but they don't feel important. And so whatever they're feeling inside is as if it's dismissed. One of the worst feelings, generally speaking, for all human beings is to feel unimportant. If somebody is going and saying Salaam Alaikum to everyone, and then they skip you, it hurts. That, well, why did he skip me? He's saying salams to everyone. Why didn't he come and say salams to me? To feel unimportant, to feel not accepted is a very difficult thing. And so the Imam, what he does is he wants to understand what his child is facing. Why is his child acting in this type of manner? A lot of times when people are upset, when people are unhappy, a very simple solution is just to talk about it. You don't need anything complicated. You didn't need a long, you need medication and these type of things. A lot of times, if people are upset or if people have certain feelings, all they need to do is just talk about it. Just merely talking about it resolves the conflict. Right? Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So understanding the child's emotional state, understanding what the child is feeling, and not allowing the child to not allowing those feelings in the child to brew. Imam could have easily said, you know what, I'll take care of this after the battle. I'll take care of this after we defeat Muawiyah. But Imam immediately, because he knows the importance of this issue, he immediately goes and he tries to address this type of issue. And so this is another important lesson for us, is that when there is a problem, if we do have a conflict, if we do have a disagreement, that we go and we immediately try to resolve it instead of delaying it, saying that delay it for next week, next month, we'll take care of it. Don't let it sit for days, don't let it sit for weeks. If there's an issue, try to immediately resolve it. Because what happens is that if a problem drags out for a long time, the person, whoever there's a disagreement is with, that they're always going to justify why they're right and why the other person is wrong. And so when a person tries to justify whatever they do, whatever they're doing, and whatever their decisions are to be right, then what they do is they use whatever method and whatever strategy they have to prove themselves right. So they think of all of the bad qualities of the other person that they may have. They think he's like this, he did that, he said this, he got in an argument, he goes and he fights with everybody, this is another fight. 10 years ago we had this disagreement. All of those disagreements that were in the past, they're rekindled and they're brought up again. They're reignited. So it's important that instead of letting these problems fester for a long period of time, address them and deal with them directly. Because the longer you prolong it, the more negative energy it creates, the more hostility, the more dislike it creates, and the more negative energy it has. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Imam, he turns to his child and he says, فَمَا يُبْكِيكَ أَفَرْحًا أَمْ جَزْءًا. He sees his child crying. He said, what is it that's making you cry? These tears which are coming from your eyes, are they tears of joy that you'll be able to accomplish something? Or are they tears of sadness? So it's important that what we learn from this is Imam is seeking to understand the child. He wants to understand the emotional state, and he's presenting himself in such a manner that whatever you want to say, come to me and say it. I'm here for you. I love you. If there's anything wrong, talk to me about it. Don't let it just fester. Don't let it just be in your heart. What Imam is doing is that mode of communication he's initiating. He's making the child feel comfortable to say whatever he wants to his father without any type of hesitation. Imam, by saying these type of things, he's telling his child, I want to understand what you're feeling. What is it that's in your heart? And by understanding what he's feeling, then the Imam is going to be able to resolve and address those feelings. And this is a problem that a lot of times we as parents we make, is that we first try to solve something without understanding something. In order for us to solve something, we first have to understand the problem, and then when we understand the problem, then when we first understand the problem, then we can resolve it. Salatu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Ma salli ala Muhammad wa ali. An important thing is that Imam, he doesn't make any assumptions. He doesn't draw any conclusions, and he doesn't come up with solutions himself. He wants to know what his child and why what the child is feeling in his heart. Although the Imam has knowledge of the unseen, he has the ilm al-ghaib, but he wants the child to speak and to talk. And so it's another important lesson that we find from this story, is that Imam, he points out a very important difference between talking to your child and talking with your child. Imam, in this situation, what is he doing? He's talking with his child. A lot of times parents, what they do is they talk at their children. Well, the difference is that when they talk at their children, it's unilateral. The parents are talking to their children and the children are quiet. But the Imam what is he doing? It's not a monologue. It's not unilateral discussions. It's both the parent speaking as well as the child speaking. Salawatullah Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Muhammad wa ali. If I can please request the sisters once more to lower your voices, or please step out in the back so they don't disturb the gathering. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Another thing that I want to just point out is that look at the parenting style of Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib with his children. Child psychologists, they have a lot of different strategies. They have a lot of different methodologies for parenting. But just one which I've observed in this is that there's 4 different types of parenting styles. The first type of parenting style is when a parent gives high expectations to the child as well as lots of support. High expectations as well as lots of support. So high expectation means that the child is expected by the parents to do something and to behave in a certain manner. And high support means showing love, showing interest. And this is what we call engaged parenting. When the parent puts high expectations, but at the same time gives high levels of support. Sometimes another parenting style which is there is that there's high expectations, but there's low support. That the parents, they expect their children to be the best, but they don't give them the proper support in order for them to reach that level of expectation. And so this is what the child psychologists, they call it totalitarian or dictatorial type of parenting. The other type of parenting style is that where there's high support, where they show a lot of love, but they don't have any expectations. They don't make the child ambitious. They don't encourage the child to reach his or her dreams. And the last type of parenting style is where there's low support and low expectation, and this is what they call neglectful parenting. Imam, of these 4, which one is he employing? Which parenting style is he using? He's using that parenting style where he's an engaged parent. He places high expectations for his child, and he also gives the child high levels of support. So how does he set high expectations for him? He sets high expectations for him because progressively Imam gives him tasks which are more and more difficult. First go attack this side of the army, then go attack that side of the army, then go into the middle of the army, the center of the army. Look how Imam is setting these high expectations for him. Similarly, we as parents, we have to do the same thing. We have to put high expectations on our children, that we expect you to be the best in your school. We expect you to work hard. We expect you to be the top in your class. We expect you to pass all of your exams. High expectations. The other one is high levels of support. Imam is giving him high levels of support. How? Because he's communicating with him. He's talking with him. He's showing and he's displaying his love and his affection. He's showing that he's concerned about the child. That what is the child going through? He's showing respect to the child. He's showing interest in what the child is feeling. So this is what we call high levels of support. Imam, what does he do? He goes, he's concerned about the child. He goes and he takes care of his wounds. He places the water vessel in his mouth. He's an active part of the child. And so this is something for us to do as well. That not only we put high expectations for our children, but we also give them high levels of support. We're concerned about what the child is doing. How is the child doing in school? Is there any problems? Are there any students that are bothering them, bullying them? We have to show interest in our children's life. And this is what we call high level of support. Salawatullah Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So Imam's parenting style is what? It's high expectations, but at the same time, high levels of support. And if a child grows up in this type of environment, then the child is going to succeed. The child is going to be successful. There's this entire discussion which they have about gene expression and how the environment impacts gene expression. If a child is growing in a healthy, conducive environment, then more of the genes become activated and more of the genes come out. We talked about tarbiyat. The meaning of tarbiyat is that those hidden potentials which are there in a child, we as parents have to create the circumstances that they can fully realize and actualize those potentials which are within them. Salawatullah Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. The fifth thing is the Imam's manner of speaking. In every household there's going to be disagreements, there's going to be conflicts, there's going to be fights. And this is a household with the Masumin in it. There's Imam Ali and Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein. This is a household of the Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam. Disagreements and fights and conflicts, these are a natural part of life because we're all human beings. So a lot of people, they think that the best household is a household without any problems. But the best household is not the household without any problems. The best household is that household which can effectively resolve the problems that arise. That they have the proper tools and the proper techniques to reconcile and move forward. So Imam says to the child, he asks the child what is wrong. And so Imam responds to the child, Imam responds to him. How does the Imam respond to him? He responds to the child in a very concerned manner. And when the child sees the Imam responding into this manner, the child also responds in a very kind and loving manner. He says, Ya Abata, even though Muhammad ibn Hanafiya is upset, he feels as if he's being treated unfairly by his father, he's upset with his father, he still uses the word Ya Abata, which is a sign of love and respect for him. So even if he's upset, he doesn't show any form of disrespect. He doesn't show anything which may hurt the other person, He doesn't do anything which will cause the other person to lose respect. He says to him, La kayfa la abki, how can I not cry? وَقَدْ أَرَثَّنِي لِلْمَوْتِ ثَلَاثْ مَرَّاتٍ, that you sent me to the midst of the battle 3 times, and Allah is the one who's saved me. And he tells his father, look at me, I'm injured. I have cuts all over my body, I'm bandaged. Why shouldn't I be upset? And you're not giving me any respite. He's expressing why he's upset with his father. And then when he says to his father that Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein, you're not telling them to do anything. You're not telling them to go and fight. You're not telling them to go and engage in the battle and to go engage with the enemies. The Imam, he's hearing these criticisms from his child. And it's important that, especially we as fathers, when we hear children criticize us, how do we react? A lot of times when a child questions the father and criticizes the father, a lot of times we overreact. How dare the child questions me? How dare the child talks back to me? How dare the child questions my decisions? I'm the leader of this house. My word is final. A lot of times fathers, they do these type of things. But the Imam doesn't act like this. Imam doesn't overreact. Imam instead, he responds to him in a very gentle manner. He doesn't get annoyed. He doesn't get irritated. And so the Imam responds to him in this manner which a child feels secure. When a child feels secure, then the child says whatever he's feeling, and he says it with love and respect. And this is where we understand that why Imam Ali is called the peak of justice. Why Imam Ali is to be at the peak of integrity. Because he responds to his children in a very loving, caring manner, like a tender father who's concerned. There's a hadith from the Imam where he says that la adab ma'a ghadab, that there is no disciplining when there's anger. If you want to discipline your child, you cannot do it with anger. You cannot do it with yelling, with screaming, with punishing, with these type of things. No. If you want to discipline the child, it has to be with a soft tongue. Salawatullah Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So the child is questioning him, questioning his decisions and questioning his positions. So then the Imam responds to him in this manner. And if the Imam responds in any other manner besides showing love and affection, then what will happen? Then the first thing that will happen is that the child won't see the father as a fair person. The child won't see the father as somebody who's just. The child will look at the father or the parent as someone who's unjust. The second thing that may happen is that it may result in jealousy among the siblings. If Abu Muhammad ibn Hanafiya had these ill feelings, he had a little problem that why isn't that Hassan and Hussein, why aren't they being sent to the battlefield? And so by talking about it, by understanding his father's position, then he comes to a higher level of understanding. And so when Imam Ali responds to him in this manner, says that, you are my child and these are the children of Fatima and these are the children of Rasulullah. I have a responsibility to protect them. Imam, what does he do? He de-escalates his situation, but he speaks to his child with logic. He speaks to his child with love. He says that, listen, you're my child. These children, Hassan and Hussein, they belong to the Prophet. They're an amanat that I have. I cannot send them to the battlefield because if something happens to them, I am responsible in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I cannot send them. But you are my child. I can send you. And so responding in this manner, speaking in this manner, Muhammad ibn Hanafiya sees this and he also responds to his father in a very similar manner where he says, may my life be sacrificed for you, may my life be sacrificed for Hassan and Hussein. Salawatullah Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So Muhammad ibn Hanafiya, he doesn't feel as if he's being unfairly picked upon, as if he's being dealt in an unjust manner. So this was a very short story, but in this short story we understand the greatness of the Ahlul Bayt. That they are the ones who not only understand the Quran and teach the Quran, but they actually implement the Quran in our lives. They're the ones who are the instructors, they're the Quran al-Natiq, they speak the Quran so that we can understand that what is the true and the best teachings of Islam. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to allow us as parents to instill within our families, with our children, the true principles of Islamic tarbiyat. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to preserve the youth and the iman of our children. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in these nights of Ramadan that He forgives all of our sins and the sins of our parents and grandparents. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bring us closer to Him in this month of Ramadan. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to hasten the dhuhur of our final and awaited Imam al-Mahdi ajjalallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif. Salawatullah Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Thank you Maulana Sayyid Hussein Razavi. Inshallah we all take something from that and are able to implement some of that in our lives for our children. As you know, the daily schedule is as follows until we switch to a parallel program format. At 6:30 p.m. we start the recitation of the Holy Quran. At 7:30 the lecture by Sayyid Hussein Razavi begins, and at the same time we have the children's program and the babysitting program. These programs are put together by volunteers who are working very hard to make sure that your children have something proactive, interesting to work on and do during the program. So please do send your children there. We want to thank them for their work by actually utilizing their services. So please, inshallah, do take your children there. As Brother Majid mentioned, the children's programs for ages from 5 to 12, and for the babysitting from about 2 to 5. Salat will begin at, of course, the appointed time. Tonight, Maghrib is due at 8:26. Dinner will be served afterwards, and dua iftitah will be after that. As you know, the months as the days as they're continuing on, some of the other kind of special programs that we have in store for you here at Saba are coming up. This Friday night we have the Brothers Sports Night. That's going to be at City Beach in Santa Clara. For those of you that remember, last year it was a lot of fun. We rented the full facility out for ourselves. Lots of brothers came. Inshallah, that program is going to be this Friday night from 10:30 to 3 a.m. So 10:30 to 3 a.m. There'll be a flyer going out, and inshallah it'll be on the website as well. There will be a sisters night 2 Fridays from this Friday, inshallah, at the same location. So for both brothers and sisters, it's going to be a great time. Full court basketball, volleyball, ping pong, table tennis, pool, lots of fun. So inshallah, please do come out. There is a charge for that event, inshallah. You can see more information on the flyer. That night on Friday and as well on Sunday, there's a night with the Quran that will be put on and led by the team at Rise Academy. Inshallah, please do come out. So this Friday and Sunday night, you can find more information on the website, and we'll announce further as we go on. For those who are interested in supporting the programs, we do need sponsorship for the food. As you know, there's a raw cost involved in the food and in even the utilities and electricity that we use here. So please do come out and support for the community around, your own family, each and every one of us, so that we can build on the community that we have here. There are sign-up sheets outside in the main hall. Inshallah, please do step forward, write your name, even if it's a partial sponsorship. That would be that's very beneficial to the community. And for those who can support with a kind of continuing donation, membership is something that we really are looking forward to here at Saba. Even if you plan on giving a one-time donation, if you're able to break that up into monthly, it's something that we can count on as we budget out the year up ahead. So with that, inshallah, we'll wait for the time for Maghrib to come in. But please do join me in a loud Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
A few minutes of Yasin, we're gonna wait just for 5 minutes.
We have to announce?
We don't have any announcements, so. So, brothers, as we are approaching the Adhan time, can you please come forward toward your left? My dear brothers, please come forward and left. Thank you. So at least we can use a couple of minutes time we have. So, Adhan? Brother Asad did the announcements. One more time. then you're gonna kick me out. So please just, actually the only announcement I have is that please help with the cleanup. That's it. I mean, yeah, thank you. So I've noticed that actually when I come to Saba, brother Alijan asked me to say a joke. When I come to Saba, I see lots of these sajdaga, moors all over the place, mashallah. I see that everywhere we have 5, 6, 10, 20. All the where do you get the sajdagas? From here or from all over the places? So please have them back in this baskets.
Open house we haven't decided.
I guess. So, how about so just one quick announcement. So sisters, brothers, on Saturday we're going to have open house, iftar or interfaith iftar, inshallah. Different religions, the community members, the civic leaders, our neighbors and your neighbors. If you have any neighbor, please please ask them and invite them to Saba on Saturday. We're going to have open house, iftar, and we have many speakers from different religions. Inshallah, they're going to talk. That is the best night to invite your friends, your colleagues,